This is Priest and Captain Shemawa of the ISUBK under Commander Junior Hunter, bringing in one more time for ISUBK Queens. We're going to the end of the world. Everybody watching the news, everybody's going to the Middle East, and just as prophesied in the Bible. The ISUBK been saying since 1969, we've been saying this. That everybody's going to come down to the middle. World War III is here. We're in it right now, and it's going to get even hotter. Let's see what the scriptures have to say. Go to Matthew 24 and 6. Verse 4, Salakia. And Jesus answered and said unto him, no, verse 3. Verse 3, sorry, I'm sorry, verse 3. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? People, we've been asking this question for 2,000 years. We've been asking this question. What's the sign of the end times? When is Christ coming back? Verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto him, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of war. That's what's going on today. Wars and rumors of war. Wars is happening. Look at the Middle East. Israel being attacked, Iran being attacked, everybody's being attacked. Ukraine is fighting in there. China's getting the Korea's getting, everybody's getting into it. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For a nation is a race of people, shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there should be famines and pestilence and earthquakes and dives. Hey, look at the news, man. Watch the Weather Channel, man. All these hurricanes and tornadoes happen all the time. That never happened before. Florida got hit twice back to back with some Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. It happened. People have been homeless, pestilence, famine, people running out of food shortages, but they call it shrinkflation. All these things is happening. Why? Because this is the end of the world. The world is coming to end, and it's time for blacks, Hispanics, and Indians to rise up. Now we're gonna go into the Old Testament. How it's gonna be Isaiah 26 and 20. This is what's going to happen. Isaiah 26, verse 20. Come, my people, enter into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpaid. That's what's going to happen when the chariots come, man. When those who the Lord found worthy to be saved from destruction are going to go up on them chariot. We're going to hide ourselves in them chambers in the chariot. Because while that was going on, or destruction going to come. The thermonuclear warfare. The race wars and all these things, man. All these things are going to come. Verse 21. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. What is iniquity? Sin. God's eyes are upon the sinful king, as it says in the scripture, man. You are not getting away with your sin. The earth shall also disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. That's right. That's right. No more cover her slain, man. A lot of people going to die when Christ returns. A lot of people going to die before Christ return. World War III, thermonuclear warfare. 1,000,000 degrees about to hit America, man. America gonna get hit with 1,000,000 degrees. Joel, the 3rd chapter. Get that. Joel, the 3rd chapter. Slakia. Joel 3. 3 and 1. This is the judgment that's coming upon the nations for what they did to blacks, Hispanics, and American. Specifically, all the nations gonna say, but even the most of all, our oppressor. Who the Bible calls the Edomites, the so-called white man, he really gonna get destroyed. Verse 3 and 1. For behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Wasn't he bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem? He's gonna bring it back up. Everybody talking about the Israelites now. Who are the Israelites? Everybody listen to the ISUBK now. Everybody's coming through. That's like that captivity is coming back up, man. It's coming back to everybody's mind. Verse 2, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. That's the Middle East, the valley of decision. And will plead with them there. Not plead like beg, but he gonna talk, he gonna let the people know what's going on. For my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Saying they scattered among the nations, man. We everywhere but the Middle East. We everywhere except our own homeland, specifically in North, South, and Central America. We really there. But we all over the four corners of it. I was prophesied that what happens is through slavery. Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine, that they might do. That's they did that for slavery on the auction blocks, man. They cast a boy for a harlot, raped our young boys. That's what they did. Verse 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Yes, sir. Will you render me a recompense? Will you render me? Will you pay me back? God said He's gonna put back on your head what you did to us. Verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. They took all our heritage. They took the shield of David that belongs to us. They took it and made it their own. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their land. We were sold to our oppressor. We were sold, and we were moved far away from our land. Verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense on your own head. He's gonna put the recompense back on the heathen head, man. He's gonna put it back on the head what they did, so he's gonna reward them double. It says that in the book of Revelations. Verse 8. I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off. For the Lord hath spoken and said, we're gonna sell their kids. We're gonna put them into slavery. We're gonna put them on an auction block. That's what we're gonna do to the heathen. Verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak see signs strong. We getting prepared for war. That's what we do in the Oscar. We getting prepared for war. We getting prepared for the end. I suggest if you're a black Hispanic named Indian, you get prepared for the end times as well too. And you get into the Oscar and learn to change your life and learn what you got to do. We're gonna go to Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. The day of the Lord is nigh at hand. The scriptures say this, He's gonna shorten the days for the elect's sake. He's gonna shorten the days. We don't got much time left. Get yourself right. Get yourself right before Christ come back. Because when Christ come back, it's not gonna be pretty. Isaiah 13:6. Go there. I'm sorry. Isaiah 13:6. Isaiah 13, verse 6. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. The day of the Lord is going to be destruction. It's not going to be pretty. Verse 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And every man's heart going to melt, man. It's going to be a scary day. Verse 8. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed at one at another. Their faces shall be as flame. Their face shall be as flame, because we're going to get burnt up with thermonuclear warfare. Verse 9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. I said, he's going to destroy the sinners out of this world, man. He's going to destroy the sinners. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. Man, all the wise men of this earth, the so-called wise men, that's what saying the heaven should not give her light. All those people who live in deliciously right now in heaven, in the heavenly state right there, they're not going to give their light. They're going to be destroyed as well too. Verse 11. I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the gold wedge of Ophir. I said, a man going to be precious than fine gold. At the minute the eyes should be careful, we're going to be more precious than fine gold that day. Everybody going to be looking for us in that day. They're looking for us for answers and protection. Verse 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, in the day of his fierce anger. It shall be as the chased roe, and a sheep shall that, and as a sheep that no man take up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone to his own. Everybody can go back to their own people. Everyone can go back to their own nationality. Verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. This is Joel chapter 13. Isaiah chapter 13. I'm in verse 15 right now. everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined to them shall fall by the sword. He said, you wanna be friends with our oppressor? You gonna be friends with the old so-called white man? You're gonna get thrust through as well, just like they're gonna get thrust through. Verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed into pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives, right? Saying, we're gonna dash the into pieces. It said in the book of Psalms, we shall dash their sons, dash their little ones' heads upon the stone. Why? Because it did it to us. So they gotta receive a recompense, like how we read earlier. We go in the Apocrypha now, another part of the Bible. 2nd Ezra 13, verse 29. Being Justin Dixon, we are in the Apocrypha right now, which is the Old Testament. You get yourself a King James 1611 is right after the Old Testament. Old Testament, Apocrypha, New Testament. We in 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Like how we read in Matthew 24. Wars and rumors of wars. And it shall come to pass when these things shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen, which I shew thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest him as a man, a sinner. Said, then now with all this fighting and casing and thermonuclear, Christ gonna come. And when all the people hear his voice, and every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another, and the numerous multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. And that's what the other nations going to do. That's what our oppressors going to do, try to overcome Christ by fighting. They're gonna stop fighting each other. World War III going to stop, and they're going to try to fight Christ. That's what the Star Wars program was about. That's what Ronald Reagan said back in the 80s. He said, you can look at this on YouTube. He said, what would we do if an alien entity came? Will we put aside our petty differences? And that's what they're going to do. Everybody going to put aside their differences and try to fight Christ, but Christ's going to destroy them in 1 hour. Isaiah 34. Verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. This is the destruction that's coming to this place. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falls off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. Idumea is Edom, or the so-called white man, and upon the people of my curse to judge. He's going to judge our oppressor. It says in the book of Obadiah, because of thy violence against thy brother Jacob, for what he did to the transatlantic slave trade, even up to today, cops killing unarmed black men, things like that. All those things, Section 8, welfare, drugs, guns in the community, all those things, all systematic oppression, all these things he got to pay for. And he will pay for it. Barakat Yahweh. Now we're going to jump to Revelation 9 and 12. Revelation is right at the end, right? Revelation 9, verse 12. This is John the Revelator talking. One woe is past. Woe means, in this context, means war. One woe, or World War I has passed, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. And two war. We already had World War I. We had World War II. Now we're gonna have World War III. It's coming. World War III is coming. I pray for it to come. That's what the Lord prays about. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. in earth as it is in heaven. You want this kingdom to come? If you're a black Hispanic, you want Christ to come, you want Christ to come back, America has to fall. The white man has to fall. All the other nations have to fall. That's how it has to be a revolution. That's the most revolution. I said this yesterday when I had a class yesterday. The most revolutionary thing you can do is keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and you watch this place crumble. We're gonna go to Revelation 18. We're gonna end it with that. Revelation 18, verse 1. And after all these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mildly with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, Babylon in the Bible is America, the United States. Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. Everybody got rich because of America. All the politicians, and that's what we said, the kings and queens, the politicians, the prime ministers and everything, they committed fornication with America, so they got to pay too. Verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye be received not of her plane, and come out of America. Does that mean get on a plane, go somewhere? No, because you can't go anywhere where our oppressor's not in charge. But take your spirit out of this place, man. We got the so-called holiday season coming on. Don't celebrate Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Don't celebrate those things, man. Don't do those things. That's what it say, take your spirit out. Stop eating that pork, that shrimp, that crab. Verse 5. For her sins have reached into heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquity. And God remembers the iniquities of America, man. Of the so-called, he remembers that, man. Verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double. That's right. And we're going to reward to her, the Most High going to reward to America, double what she did to us. This is the Bible. It's not my word. I'm not making this up. Verse 7. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said from her, I see a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. America thought they never see any sorrow, man. They thought this empire's gonna go on forever and ever. The so-called white men thought they're gonna live forever and nothing ever's gonna happen to them. That's right, but now they're gonna get judged. Barakatah Yahweh shall blessed be the Lord and Christ. I'm gonna skip down some. Verse 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye are holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. That's like God avenged us because of what America did. And the mighty angels took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down. With violence, thermonuclear warfare. World War III, America going to lose, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of the harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. And no craftsman, or whatsoever craft he be, shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of the millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. All the things America does to make a living, to make money, it won't exist anymore. Verse 22. Verse 23, Salakia. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries were all nations, and by the sorceries, all America's the technology was deceived by America. Verse 24, and in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints, and all that was slain upon her. And in America was found the blood of prophets. They killed the prophets in America. They killed the prophets of old. They killed the saints. They destroyed Israel. That's the saints of the Israelites. Blacks and them, they killed us. And for that, they had to get rewarded double. Hey, that's my time. Anything going on in Queens, New York? ISBK Queens, you need to call me at, I'm Captain Shamawa Allah. Call me at 646-401-4174. Pay your tithes at ISBK.com. Pay your tithes, support this truth. Yahweh Shalom.